this video, we're going to be talking about the accuracy of JD Advising's MEE One-Sheets for the July 2019 MEE exam. So to give you an idea about what I'm talking about here, if you're unfamiliar with our One-Sheets are essentially a sheet, hence one sheet, that outlines all of the highly tested issues within each testable subject for the MEE. And what we do after each bar exam administration is we look at the questions that were posed to examinees, and we look at the issues that were tested in each question, and we compare it to our one sheet. And we basically make a comparison about how much our one sheet covered each question. So that is the purpose of this video. So turning to the first subject tested, civil procedure. So our JD Advising MEE One-Sheet covered about a third of the issues that the civil procedure question was testing on the MEE. In particular, our JD Advising One-Sheet covered the analysis of subject matter jurisdiction, including federal question and diversity jurisdiction. Another portion of the Civ Pro question tested class actions. Class actions was not on our one sheet because class actions is not highly tested. In fact, it hasn't been tested since 2003. Turning to the next subject tested on the MEE, criminal procedure. So our one sheet impressively covered about 2/3 of this criminal procedure question. It included things like when Miranda warnings are required, how Miranda rights can be invoked, and how one can choose to waive their Miranda rights. So again, it covered a lot of the question there. Turning to the next subject tested, contracts. So here, this administration, our contracts question focused largely upon contract formation and about the damages that can be recovered in the case of a breach, which specifically included an analysis of expectation damages and the duty of one to mitigate their damages. Our MEE One-Sheet covered about half of the issues tested by this question. Turning next to corporations. So the corporations question this administration focused primarily on things like the fiduciary duties, namely the duty of loyalty, the duty of care, and its corresponding business judgment rule. It also discussed and tested things like defenses to a breach of the duty of loyalty. All of this information appears on our MEE One-Sheet. So basically, our one-sheet covered the whole corpse question, which is quite impressive. The next subject that was tested on the MEE was a crossover, decedents' estates with conflict of laws. So here our MEE One-Sheet covered a number of the issues that the decedents' estates portion of the question grappled with, specifically how one can execute a valid will, how to create a valid holographic will, when a gift lapses, and how our anti-lapse statutes operate. Our one sheet, however, did not cover the other issue relating to the conflict of law portion, and that's because it was testing the validity of foreign wills, which is just not that highly tested of an issue generally. In turning to our final subject tested, family law. So our JD Advising MEE One-Sheet covered approximately 3/4 of the issues in the family law essay, which is great. In particular, our MEE One-Sheet explains when spousal support may be awarded, the standard for child custody determinations, and the UCCJEA. That stands for the Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction Enforcement Act. And again, our one-sheet covered all of those things which the question tested. So honestly, for the large part, the students that purchased and utilized our JD Advising One-Sheets were at a huge advantage on essay day for the July 2019 bar exam. In other words, our One-Sheets contained issues for at least all of the MEE subjects that were tested this most recent administration. So again, if you were very familiar with the One-Sheets, you would have had at least something to say in response to each and every one of the subjects tested on the most recent exam. So if you're looking for information on where you can purchase our One-Sheets, or maybe you just want a little bit more information about them before you make the purchase, please check out our website and it'll have all of that information there for you.